because those seem to be a different color, and maybe they're, I don't know, have different capabilities or something. If I was making this, by the way, what I would have done, I know it's just a tech demo, but I would have added in shooting.
Mm-hmm. I would have. That would have been awesome.
Like, if I was the people making this, I would have added in the ability to shoot NPCs, and also to find certain Matrix characters in the world and talk to them or something. They already hired or brought in Keanu Reeves for this, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I'm having a hard time finding...
Is that a sports car?
Like, anything about it other than people being like, Unreal Engine is an awesome next-gen experience, oh, yeah, woo.
That's what we're doing. We made a whole video about that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but, like, I want to know where the plaque is, and, like, nobody gave me, like, a walkthrough. Like, what the heck, IGN?
Nobody lived your life for you. What's going on here? Well, you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
I think, night or day choice at yellow markers on roofs. So you have to fly up to, like, a roof.
Oh, on a roof. Okay. Okay. Because I see... I'm at a yellow marker.
Yeah, you have to go to the yellow markers, and you have to, like, find it either on a roof or, like, on the ground or something. And then the yellow ones are what makes it day and night.
Oh, well, I wonder why those are on the roof.
I don't know. Because maybe they wanted you to fly to a roof?
God, it's so cool. Like,
That's
look
really
at
cool.
this. Now, here, let me pitch you some games in this engine.
Okay.
Okay?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs would be pretty cool, even though nobody cares about that series anymore for no reason.
Yeah, well, I do. I do and you do, and we're the only people that matter in life.
That's true.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Schmied?
No, Assassin's Krieg.
Schmeed?
It's a game that Nate came up with. It is a German version.
Oh.
Well, look at that. There's even, like
mold and dust in the little grates?
Yeah. I mean, when you get, like, right up to it, it looks kind of dumb, but...
I want to lick it.
Okay. I am literally at it. So tell me if you see...
Well, look around all the roofs, and, because, like, it seems like this map is so big that, like, moving far away from, where you think would be far away from the circle, you're still, like, right at it when you look at the map, you know? So it's, like, a big area.
I wish I could come up here as, like, in human form.
Try pressing triangle for walk, you might be able to be up here.
No, when you do that, it shoots you back down here.
Oh, that's stinky.
But it's silly, because I'm at the...
Just keep looking around.
Well, I was, but somebody made me go back down to my human form.
Well, I thought maybe she'd be able to go up there, that's all. I just...
Trying to see... Oh, okay, no, that's not it. That's not it. I actually
I want to be a peeping Tom and look in the windows.
We can. I don't think there's much going on, but...
Nice, that's a copying machine.
Thanks.
Small room for a copy machine. Hey, that's the same exact room again.
Can I tell you something?
What?
This is the most unrealistic expectation ever, and it's my fault. I get actually kind of annoyed when I see repeated rooms inside buildings in games. And there is no way that they could ever not do that.
I know, but, like, you can at least put them not right next to each other.
Right, but I'm not criticizing you for criticizing it. I'm telling you straight up, I hate that.
I hate it too. It annoys me the same thing with duplicate skins, especially when, like, somebody with a duplicate skin is standing right next to somebody with a duplicate skin. It bothers me to no end.
For no reason, really.
Yeah, for no reason. It just, like, takes me out of the experience for some reason.
No, I get it. I mean, everybody has their thing. Also, if I can't find this in a minute, I'm going to go to a different one. But
I think you'll be able to find it if you keep flying around. Like, it could be on the ground, too, they said, but a lot of times they said some of them are on the roofs, if you can't see it on the ground.
I didn't even know it could be on the ground. You just said it was on the roof.
No, I was trying to tell you that it can be on the ground or the roof, but if you don't see it on the ground, then it's probably on a roof. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
But it should be like a glowy thing that's got like little particles around it.
I don't think I ever really looked much on the ground, because when we first got here, you said the yellow thing's on the roof.
Hey, look, there it is. What?
When we first got here, you did say the yellow thing's on the roof.
Well, I read it wrong at first. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you that's why...
Let's read the plaque. Why are you running away?
Because I don't like reading.
This demo also showcases an experimental night lighting mode using only emissive light via lumen global illumination and reflections. See? Now you can make it daytime. Are you happy?
Yeah, it's really cool. Don't you like it?
Yes, I do.
I wonder what it looks like without the Matrix filter.
Oh, change it then.
Let's see.
Hey, do you think people that are, like, really wildly racist but love the Matrix are, like, really mad that they chose a black girl to be, the main character for this?
I think people who are really wildly racist are mad about almost everything.
That's true.
So I don't think you're going to please that demographic, nor should you actually try.
No, I know. I was just making a joke.
Is that like an actual demographic, the racism fandom?
I think so, which is, like, sad because, I don't know, like, you even noticed, like, not to,
I don't want to throw that under the bus. So
well, not to throw, like, a specific website under the bus, but you noticed on a specific website that we went on, you know, that a lot of people on said website were, extremely against most things that a normal person would not be against.
Yeah, I actually...
So it seems like there's a demographic for it.
I'm seeing how fast I can go, but yeah, oh geez. I did notice that, and it actively kind of bothered me, and I hate throwing around the term racist, because...
Or, like, homophobic.
Racism, homophobia, and, like, Islamophobia, basically anything you throw ism or obia after... A ton of people throw it around to win arguments.
Yeah.
And not because they actually believe it.
But there are certain people who really do fit that description, which is really sad, because you'd think in, like, almost 2022 that wouldn't be a thing anymore.
Yes, but, like, here's the problem. That description is constantly widening. Most of the people who are called racist or obic of any kind aren't. And then the people who actually are, like, legitimate, like, we're talking clan member level... jerk who like wants superiority of their race or whatever, and that's not just from white people. Like I've seen black people online like calling for the extermination of other races and stuff.
Oh my.
And I'm talking like, and I'm not saying they were white supremacists, they were like black supremacists. Oh geez. So what I'm saying with all of that is no matter who it is and what their ideology is, like kill everyone who's not my religion, or everybody who's not my race should be shipped to an island, or any of that crap, those people who are actually that way somehow sneak by because everybody who should be calling that shit out is like, they didn't put a black person as the main role in the reboot of Willy Wonka. They're like, racist.
They're too concerned about the smaller things, like the battles they should not be like worrying so much about.
Yeah, or like, this guy said that the comic book with the gay character wasn't written well, therefore he hates gay people.
Or like, this guy, even though half of his lineage is black, he looks too light-skinned, so he's not black enough, so he doesn't have the N-word pass.
Oh, like what? I don't know if you knew about this one, but the funniest one to me is Bruno Mars, when people were like, he's too white to be using that style of music.
That's just kind of like, I'm not even of that race and I'm offended by that, you know?
Well, that's like the one drop rule shit that they used to do, where it's like if you had one ancestor who was black, you were full black, is how they saw it. And so they were racist to you. But it's like the other way around. It's like, no, you have an ancestor that's white, therefore you're not black enough. And it's like, what are you talking about?
I think it's silly to not be black enough. Like, if you have black ancestors, you should be able to consider yourself black if you want to.
This car broke down.
That's okay.
Any of that stuff, like not black enough, not white enough, not whatever enough, like anybody who talks that way is just a little bitch.
It's
just straight up.
It's like, very sad to hear some of that. Because, like, there's a lot of people, too, who are, you know, proud of their culture that they grew up with, and then, like, throwing that in their face is kind of what you're saying is racism, you know? So it's just kind of hypocritical, is what I'm trying to say.
The people who actively look for that stuff generally are huge hypocrites, though, with, like, stuff in their own closet.
Yeah.
Who they don't want to get out. Sometimes it's like, you know, the people who are actually, like, the most homophobic are gay.
Yeah.
And they're, like, hiding it. Or the people who are, or the people who are, like, allies are racist. stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hiding it so that they can look good, and meanwhile it's like they go online and like call people the N-word and stuff. That kind of stuff happens all the time. It's very I don't know, sad.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things where it's like you're not going to do anything about it by calling people out like that. I mean, you should. If somebody's actually being a piece of shit like that, I think it's certainly fine to say something, but I don't think it'll change them. It just doesn't. It almost doesn't matter. Because they've just decided to be a dick, and
it's just a shame that there are a lot of people in the world who are dicks like that. And there's like, it's a shame that there's also a lot of people in the world who are, who wouldn't play a game if the main character was gay, which is a shame.
Right, and what it should be about is if the game is good or not. Like, for example, I love the first Life is Strange, and I love the romance between Chloe and Max in that. Now, it's not a guaranteed romance. You technically could not do that romance, I suppose, but
like, why wouldn't you? I mean, like,
right, I mean, I think
hear me out here.
No. It's not even like the joking they're both hot. I mean, it's just a well-written story, and also, I think they're both underage, so I think you should be careful with your hear me out.
Well, I'm just saying, the game is set in 2013, so it's been many years. They're technically overage now, and I'm just saying, like,
in the comics there,
Chloe was the type of girl that I also would have had a crush on in high school. I'm just saying. That's all.
I'd like to go around to the other side of the map since I haven't really yet.
Did you read that plaque?
Yeah, it just said the top speed of the race or of the sports car is 144 miles per hour, or is it?
Oh, so we found that one already, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had circled back.
You circler, you. You're just like Winnie the Pooh in the story you read last night.
That was actually really funny.
It was very funny. He thought he found tracks for what he thought was a woozle, but he just kept going around the same tree over and over.
You know what a woozle is, right?
No.
It's like a weasel.
Oh, but
That's
he
how
says
they
it
say
wrong?
Yeah, because they don't know what they're saying. Also, Tigger is a tiger.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of stuff like that.
My cat Tiger, I used to call him Tiggy Tiggy because of Winnie the Pooh. And I had a hard time, like, saying Tigger or Tiger, so I'd call him Tiggy.
That's cute.
It was cute. I loved him. He was I think what they called polydactyl cat, and he had opposable thumbs, and I used to like to play with his little thummy wummies.
I had never heard of that before you said that was a thing.
Yeah, a lot of cats actually have polydactylism, and I think they're trying to classify it as its own breed of cat now.
Have you ever had a cat that has heterochromia with the different colored eyes?
No, but I've always wanted one.
I always thought that was cool.
I've always thought that was so awesome. I think it's most common in, like, Siamese, if I'm not... I think that's what it is, but I'm not sure. I think sometimes...
People have it, too.
No, I know.
It's interesting. I'm not... Jill.
What?
Jill, sweetie.
What?
Honey. Baby.
What did I do?
Baby girl.
Don't be weird.
It's not about you being wrong. It's not about me thinking you didn't know. I was just commenting... People can have it too, and I find that interesting.
One time on Facebook, I saw that this person who had heterochromia had a cat who also had heterochromia, and they both had two different colored eyes, and they took a picture together, and everyone was like, "Aw, twins."
And then they had surgery and they swapped eyes, so they were both correct human beings now.
No.
They both had their full value restored.
When I was younger, I used to wish I was born with purple eyes.
Why?
Because I always thought that it would be the coolest thing ever. But now, in hindsight, if I was born with purple eyes, I think people would have just been like, "Are you some sort of, what's
freak?
the word? No, like, really, what's the word? It starts with an A, but it's like when people are, like, really white and they have, like, reddish eyes."
Oh, albino, and it's not just white people, it can be any...
No, I know, but it, like, makes your skin white, is what I'm trying to say.
I think we're like really discovering a deep-seated issue where you need to tell me that you know something.
I know.
Me telling you something that you know, you must not say that I know.
Okay, but here's the thing. I've been wondering this for a while now. Getting back on the topic of black people.
Oh no.
You know how some of those people we were talking about were like, "You're not black enough to say the N-word."
Oh, were you talking about albino people?
Yeah, are albino black people allowed to say the N-word?
Dude, well, first off, anybody... Here's the thing. Right? Hot take. Anyone can say the N-word. It just depends on if you want to make everybody mad or not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm being serious. Like, I could straight up right now just say the N-word if I really wanted to. But one...
Nichols?
I think that it's one of those things that people have given power to that's very silly to me.
Honestly, it's kind of bad to give so much power to a word.
Now, this is from someone who's white, so I don't think most people care what I think about this.
No, nobody gives a shit about you.
But, it's just one of those things to me where it's like if somebody was like super offensive and mean to me about something forever, or to my family lineage forever about it, I wouldn't want to like carry on the tradition of being offended by that thing, you know, way later. I would want to at some point just kind of
not give it the power to hurt you.
Yeah, move past it.
Yeah.
However, I think that it's one of those things that's just not nice. You know, like I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, I could say the N-word right now, just like I could call someone a fat fuck. But I wouldn't really want to do that because I don't like purposely hurting people's feelings and making them feel bad.
It's just kind of mean.
That's more my issue with that kind of stuff. Like, versus like, oh, it's offensive. Like, I don't give two shits about that. Like, if you're offended by that, that's your call. You know, just like if somebody calls me fat, which I've had happen 100 times, I have the option to either be super upset about it. Well, I have a few options. I can be super upset about it, I can not give a shit, or I can think, well, that's mean. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. I probably should take better care of myself.
Or you could be mean to them back.
But I shouldn't let that person be mean to me.
You should be mean to them back.
Well, you could do that too, I suppose.
When I was little, my grandma always used to tell me that if anyone was mean to me at school, that I should just punch them in the nose. And you know what I did one day?
You punched somebody in the nose?
I punched a kid, and then I got in trouble. So really, the moral of the story is don't punch anyone, but if anyone's mean to you, you know, maybe they deserved it.
I thought it was don't listen to your grandma.
Don't listen to my grandma, but also, you know, maybe they deserved it.
Maybe they deserved it. If somebody gets hurt?
Oh, you know, sometimes when somebody's mean, if something bad happens to them and it feels like karma, you know, you don't always have to pretend to shed a tear. That's all I'm saying.
Right, that makes sense.
But back to the albino thing.
Back to reality.
Do you think the other black people would be offended if an albino black person said the N-word?
I don't know, but I was watching this thing the other day, actually. This is an interesting segue because it's about what you're asking me. I was reading that in a certain country in Africa, there are people who hunt those people because they're not seen as black enough and they kill them.
That is horrific.
They're social outcasts. I don't know where that was. I want to say Haiti, but I feel like that's bullshit, and it's not Haiti, so don't think it's Haiti. But it was just somewhere... Oh my. It was somewhere, like, off in a different part of the world, which I believe was Africa.
That is actually awful.
Where that kind of stuff happened.
You know, not to be mean, but there are a lot of,
What, horrible countries where people do horrible things and no one cares?
Yeah, and it seems like people always give a shit about, like, America and put America under scrutiny, which, like, fine, I guess, but shouldn't you be also putting all those other awful countries that are, like, literally killing people under scrutiny, too?
No.
Like, shouldn't you be trying to help them and, like, practicing what you preach?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I think it's, like... I can tell you what it is. By the way, how do we... I feel like it's your fault we get on subjects like this. I was going to ask how we got on this subject.
Oh, because I brought up a black person.
Yeah, but why?
Well, because the main character we're playing as is black.
Is it because you're secretly racist? I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice?
Nope.
You didn't notice at all?
No. I didn't notice at all.
Last night you showed me a picture of a hot black girl and said, I'd eat her chocolate bar.
You can't say that I said that. That comes off as actually racist.
Okay, we can cut that out.
Doesn't that come off as racist?
I didn't think so. I thought it was funny.
I feel like that's racist.
I don't think it's racist.
Alright.
It isn't.
I don't know if you're the prime judge of that.
I am. I'm 1%.
And two, you can't blame me. This girl was gorgeous, and she was posting pictures of her skin oiled up.
She was oiled up, and she was very beautiful.
She looked like...
She looked like a princess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Tiana.
Yeah, she literally
looked like... By the way,
like...
bring back Tiana, Disney.
Why don't they bring back Tiana? She deserves, like, a sequel or something.
I broke the game.
Also, have you noticed, like...
Look, I broke the game. I got the car stuck in the...
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh, we're just gonna leave it.
I was gonna say, like, have you noticed, like, regardless of Moana, because I'm not sure if she's really supposed to be black or if she's more supposed to be, like, Hawaiian, because I think
she's
she
more
is.
Hawaiian.
But, like, have you noticed that, like, Disney, instead of making a new black princess, they just keep trying to recast the old princesses as black people because they, like, very obviously don't give a shit? It's, like, really upsetting to me.
Well, I mean, it's... Well, I feel like Disney... You cannot let Disney upset you or you're going to be mad all the time because they're such a dumb...
I know, I just, like... I feel like there's a lot you could do with somebody, you know, like Tiana, or making another black princess and showing... like a different side of a princess's culture, you know, like they haven't done like any African princesses or anything. I mean, they did like the Lion King that was set in Africa, but that was about a lion,
right.
You know.
Well, there was actually gonna be an African princess in the Lion. I thought I heard someone whistle.
Oh.
There was going to be an African princess in the Lion King, but she actually is eaten during the pre-credits.
Oh, that makes sense.
You don't get to see her, but
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, well, Disney is devoid of ideas. I mean, their whole thing is just remake everything we already made and
recast them to a different race to make those other communities happy, even though, like, we actually didn't care.
Well, and it never does.
Yeah.
Because people are always like, oh, okay, I guess we'll get, like, table scraps. That's what it is. Like, why do you think that they never gave Tiana another movie? How many of those Disney princesses did they give, like, direct to whatever sequels? A ton of them. A ton of them. Unless I'm wrong, I don't think they did that at all for The Princess and the Frog.
I think the only thing that they did is maybe a short, if I'm remembering correctly, and they did, like, one of those discs that you can put into your computer and play, like, a little game on.
An interactive game?
Yeah.
Check my phone, if you don't mind. I want to know if there was ever, like, a direct-to-DVD, like, TV episode or something. I'm just curious.
Princess in the Frog.
Not Princess in the Frog. That's going to be a different.
Do you want me to type, like, shorts or, like, TV episode or something?
Wait 1 second. How fast can you drive from the north side of the city to the south side? That's interesting. Yeah, like, well, I was thinking, like, direct-to-DVD, like, show or something like that, like, or what they did with Tangled, where they randomly made, like, a little show or something.
That's only available on Disney Plus.
Yeah, just anything like that, because I really think that they pretty much just abandoned Tiana.
They have a TV show set to go on in 2023.
But it's in 3D?
I don't know, because it looks like this.
It's just called Tiana?
Yeah, it's just called Tiana. It's supposed to go on only Disney Plus in 2023.
Are you sure that's real and not a fan-made thing?
It says, original channel, Disney Plus, production companies, Walt Disney Animation, Disney.fandom.com.
So years later, they are going to bring her back.
But here's the thing. It came out in 2009, and they never did anything with her since 2009. Like, doesn't that just kind of go to show that, like, they only made a black princess just because they were under scrutiny for not having any princesses that were not white?
Do you actually think that's why they made that?
Yeah, I do. I 100% think that they only made Tiana just to make her black because they didn't have any other princesses that weren't white at the time and they were under scrutiny for it. And then they never did anything with her because they didn't care about her. Like, they didn't even, like, in lineups... Well,
you're getting, like, heated about this.
No, I'm just saying, but, like, in certain lineups, like, for Disney Channel, when they talked about the Disney princesses or, like, showed, like, things about them on the Disney Channel, I don't remember Tiana being in those lineups, even though she came out. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like, for a while, I feel like they didn't even consider her, like, a real Disney princess for a bit. And like, it just kind of goes to show that, like, Disney is just, kind of being, the type of company that's just stringing along people to get their money and not actually giving a shit about, like, your, race problems.
Well, yeah, so I have a couple things to say. A couple, okay? First off, it was never their job to give a shit, so I don't know why they ever pretended that they did. It's not movie companies' job to solve your problems for you, whether that's poverty or race-related issues or sexual orientation issues or any religious issues, if that company decides to make something for that, that's cool. Like, I want to read that. I actually was testing out the speed of this, so I probably shouldn't stop, but I want to read this. If they want to make that, that's cool, and I like that, but they fooled people a long time ago, these companies, into thinking they cared about that stuff, when really...
They don't.
It was a grift. What it was an opportunity to make money. That's what I think it always was. Now, what I will say... Dynamic, no two car crashes are the same. That's cool.
That's awesome.
What I will say with that is I'm sure that there are companies who do care, run by people who do care, and I'm sure that I'm sure that there have been good things that have come out of that. Like, I don't know if I necessarily agree or disagree on the Tiana thing, because I don't know what the general sentiment was around the time that came out. What was it, 2008?
2009, I think.
2009. So you would have been under 10, and I would have been in high school. Oh my.
Uh-oh.
And
I remember watching that show when I was still friends with this girl named Tiffany that I went to kindergarten with, and then she eventually moved away. But I remember watching it for the first time with her. And that just kind of goes to show, like, how old it is for me, because, like, I haven't talked to her in many, many, many years.